So hey guys, here's the finale for what if GT Goku was sent back to the past. So now, the timeline has changed, merging GT with Dragon Ball Super. And now we see GT Goku in Dragon Ball Super with a new timeline that was built. As now, they're setting off for this tournament of power. What Goku did not know until 2 months before is that the Grand Priest notifies all the universes that any universe that loses will be erased. As Goku realizes that this is no longer just a joke, as he then selects his team. The team he selects is Goku, of course, Vegeta, Raditz. On top of this, he selects Gohan. I haven't mentioned Gohan a lot, but what happens now is Gohan, at this moment, kept up with his training and has actually unlocked Super Saiyan Blue, making him a very good fighter. On top of this, his research about things in space led him to meeting the Supreme Kai, as he then managed to unlock the Mystic Form. During this 6 months also, they ran into Majin Buu, but since everyone was super strong, he was no longer a problem. That's why I didn't even mention the Buu saga. But they decide to recruit Buu. As they then separate, what happens now is they manage to turn Buu good. And that is basically, so they manage to recruit Buu, since they realize he might be powerful. And they don't see him as that big of a threat anyway, and his magic could be helpful, and Boo's willing to help anyway. On top of this, Krillin gets added, Piccolo is added, and remember now, Piccolo is so much more powerful since he has android abilities, and Zenkai boost, and super high regeneration. And then that makes it so that after this they also add Tien. And after this, just before the fight happens, they come up with a genius idea. As then, Piccolo says, I want to go visit my fellow Namekians, since I do not want to be erased. I want to at least learn about my people, as I never went the first time. As Goku says, that's alright, go meet with your people. As Piccolo then learns under the Grand Master of Namek, as he then gains a lot of knowledge on mystic arts, and he gets taught something very big, which is fusion. As Piccolo talks to all the Namekians and asks them to fuse into him, as this is a fight for life or death, as they all agree, and every Namekian fuses into Piccolo, making him the fourth strong, not even around now, he's around the second strongest in the whole team, because he fused with every Namekian at the time, making him able to heal people. On top of this, he has mystic knowledge. On top of this, he has infinite energy. He's basically OP right now. Like there's no ranking Piccolo right now. He's the second strongest at this current moment in time. So then this completes the team basically. I don't know if it's 10, but these are the 10 that actually matter and like are relevant. So let's leave it as 10. Let me sleep, guys. So what happens now is they all set off to this tournament to fight. So the first few parts of the tournament are not that major. But what I forgot to mention was that every destroyer had heard about Goku. This Saiyan and 2 other Saiyans were able to contend with their destroyer. And this pushed everyone to come up with strategies to make their people stronger. Some teams could barely do anything though. So that's game over for most of the teams. So I'm gonna skip through most of that, as the only teams that managed to come up with strategies to actually contend against the Saiyans was Universe 6. So Champa called Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale, and Hit and Frost to come train with him for the last 2 months. And he told Vados to create a time chamber for where 1 day is equal to 2 years. No, where 1 day is equal to 1 year. and they trained in there for 5 whole days, meaning 5 years of training, as Champa made sure that they all managed to become super powerful, as Kaba, Caulifla, and Kale reached Super Saiyan Blue level, and Kale being the secret weapon of the team, since she has the legendary Super Saiyan form that Broly has, as her power is even higher than a Super Saiyan Blue. And on top of this, what happens now is Frost is trained and he reaches his golden form, and Hit is trained further and further to the point where he too is about this level of strength, and they then set off to battle. So the time passes, and since everyone's more powerful than usual, that means that many more universes are eliminated faster than usual. But on top of this, Universe 11 heard about how strong Goku and his friends were, as Toppo is trained on how to become a destroyer, as he unlocks the destroyer state already. And on top of this, the destroyer of Universe 11 takes Jiren and Toppo and tells their angel to train them on mystic arts to become even more powerful, as the angel then, the Supreme Kai actually of Universe 11, unlocks the potential of Jiren and of Toppo, making them multiple times stronger, which equalizes the fact of the training that everyone else had. So as time passes, the only 3 universes remaining, which are Universe 6, Universe 7, and Universe 11. In Universe 11, Dispo, Toppo, and Jiren are remaining, while in Universe 6, the only people remaining are Kaba, Caulifla, Kale, and Hit, while in Universe 7, all the Saiyans are there, and Piccolo and Gohan. So Gohan then decides to fight against Dispo. Dispo also being trained by the Destroyer and having his potential unlocked, as Dispo is much more powerful, and Gohan has to put in his all to defeat him. But this leads to both of them being eliminated, as Gohan sacrifices himself to defeat Dispo, leaving the Saiyans, Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and on top of this, Piccolo also being there. So Piccolo is basically the second most powerful person at the moment, as Piccolo then decides to fight against Toppo. And Toppo is very powerful. Toppo is a destroyer at this point. So what happens is they're actually neck and neck. And what happens is, since Jiren is actually the strongest right now, Jiren sits down and starts meditating. While he's meditating, Goku decides to challenge, to give Jiren a challenge, as he then says, "So you're Jiren, right? Well, I want to fight you." As Jiren says, "No problem. Come and show me what you got." As Goku transforms into his legendary as he transforms into his Super Saiyan 4 blue state, as Jiren and Goku start fighting. Jiren says, "This is quite strong, but not strong enough," as Jiren uses about 50% of his power and knocks Goku back. But Goku says, "Don't worry, this is not the end of me. I have something on top of this, which is Kaioken," as Goku then uses the Kaioken form, as he then multiplies his power and starts fighting against Jiren. And this too is not enough, as Jiren is pushed to about 80%, but Jiren then knocks Goku back and knocks him out. So now this leads to Piccolo having to fall back to heal Goku. So while he's healing Goku, what happens now is he barely manages to finish healing Goku, but he's caught off guard, and Toppo launches him off the arena, as Piccolo too gets eliminated, leaving the 3 Saiyans against Universe 6 and Universe 11. Vegeta then goes to fight against Universe 6, as he then says, "So you guys are the Saiyans of Universe 6. You guys aren't much to look at, you know that?" As they get annoyed and they say, "Well, watch us," as they all go into Super Saiyan Blue to fight against Vegeta. but Vegeta easily overpowers them, and he knocks out Kaba first. And then after that, Kale tries protecting Caulifla, but Vegeta says, "Get out of here," and slaps Kale away. And then he gets Caulifla and throws her off the arena. And this makes Kale angry. Kale gets severely angry as her power level multiplies and shoots up as she reaches her berserk state, and she becomes a legendary Super Saiyan Blue and pushes Vegeta back. But Vegeta manages to come up with a way to handle this, as he then reaches his Ultra Ego state as he becomes in his Destroyer mode, as he then fights against Kale. And it's a close battle as Kale gets stronger every time she fights, but Vegeta concentrates and launches a blast at her, sending her out of the arena, as he promises Universe 6 that he is proud of the progress they've made, and he promises to revive them if they win this tournament, as Universe 6 then gets erased. So then, now, Raditz tries fighting against Toppo, but Toppo is too much for Raditz. And he seemingly knocks Raditz out of the ring, which means that Vegeta has to fight against Toppo. And it's a close battle. But what happens is Toppo, being a destroyer being trained in this destroyer art for a bit longer than Vegeta, manages to catch the slip on Vegeta and knocks him down to the ground, dramatically injuring Vegeta. As Vegeta says, "I leave this all to you, Goku," as he then puts all his energy that he has left into Goku, which means Goku is charged with Destroyer Ki for his last stand against Jiren. Well, Raditz, who is seemingly thought dead, explodes in a flash of white light. As Beerus says it, he has finally done it, Whis, hasn't he? What happens is Whis says, yes, he's done it, as Raditz explodes into the Ultra Instinct state. And since he had been practicing with it, he's almost at the point of mastering it. So, Goku, with Destroyer Ki now, I would say he reaches Ultra Ego Omen, which is halfway to receiving his full Destroyer form, because he got Ki from Vegeta. So since now he's in Super Saiyan 4 Blue with Destroyer Ki on top of that, and since he got to Zenkai, since he was healed by Piccolo, he's a much bigger threat, pushing Jiren to his 100% state. While Raditz fights against Toppo not even being able to hit Raditz, and Raditz saying, "You have fought well, and you fought honorably. I promise, if we win, we will revive you guys." As Toppo says, "I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm not gonna lose just yet," as they go into one last beam struggle, where Raditz, with one large shout, launches Toppo out of the arena, leaving Jiren, Goku, and Raditz as the last three in this fight. Jiren being pushed to his 95% of his power, and he gets angry and says, "Here's my full state." So since it's Goku versus Jiren now, Jiren is at 100%, and Goku is still not able to beat Jiren in this point, since he's not at full Ultra Ego, and he only relied on his Super Saiyan 4 Blue. Or that's what you'd think, because now Raditz stands by his side and says, "Worry not, we'll do this together." As Goku and Raditz then launch to fight against Jiren with masterful teamwork. They became friends ever since Dragon Ball Z, as we see a flashback of how Goku turned Raditz from an evil man into a man of pure heart, as Raditz says, "Thank you for giving me this opportunity to fight by your side. I will not disappoint you." As Raditz then launches a loud shout, as he then masters the Ultra Instinct form, out of respect for his brother. As Raditz and Goku then launch a loud shout, as Goku then shouts, "Kaioken times 20. Meaning that now Raditz and Goku fight as equals in power and technique. As now, Jiren is put on the back foot by the power of teamwork, And just as Jiren is about to push through his limits, as he then breaks his limits, it's not enough to destroy the bond of Raditz and Goku. As they then together they launch one final attack, a final Kamehameha, a brotherly Kamehameha, launching Jiren out of the ring once and for all, meaning Universe 7 wins the battle. As now both of them exhausted land on the ground, out of energy, as they are victorious. Universe 11 congratulating Goku and Jiren saying, "I've understood the importance of teamwork. Thank you so much, Goku, for showing me what's possible when you work as a team." As Jiren closes his eyes and it is erased with Universe 11. The wish is then given to Goku and Raditz to decide, as they both have the same idea as they wish for every universe to be brought back. And now, since every universe is brought back, that means that Zeno is happy, as he says, "Now, Goku, I've seen all your abilities and all your powers, and I'm impressed. I'm giving you an offer. Come train with me and the Grand Priest, and we'll take you to a whole other domain." As Goku then says, "I love fighting, so of course I'll join you." As he says, "I know my universe is in safe hands." As this is where we will leave this what if off, with Goku training with the Grand Priest and Zeno to become a whole other type of fighter. While in the meantime, Raditz, Vegeta, and the rest of the Z fighters work together to make Universe 7 a great place. And this is where What If GT Goku landed in the past ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this What If, and yeah, and have a good day. So, just to let you guys know is that for the Christmas special, on one of my other channels, I made a What If series of What If Goku's in Naruto. So, I've scheduled it to come to this channel for consistency on Christmas Day. So that's the next What If series, and since I've already made the What Ifs for the remaining time, I can come up with new series that you all will enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, have a good day. And I hope you guys who haven't watched the series yet enjoy What If Goku was in Naruto. And if you guys like it, I'll even make more parts of that and push it to the Dragon Ball Z timeline, I guess. So have a good day, guys, and enjoy.